Welcome to KLEAN Radio. Hey, Judah, how are you doing?
What's going on?
Show number 6.
That's exciting. I brought my headphones in this time.
This is your new thing, your headphones?
Yeah, my headphones.
Wow. Are they working better, or?
Yeah, because the other ones keep falling off my head, but these are actually these are great because I could plug them into my cell phone and use them as a headset. It's pretty cool.
That's great.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Very good. We have 2 great guests tonight. I'm really excited about our show tonight. We got Dr. Alan Jason Coe, also known just as Dr. Coe, who I've worked with for a long, long time, since basically 1995. And we have Mick Betancourt, who is a comic and writer.
Now I can't hear you.
No, what? Great headphones.
I don't think my headphones are actually working over there.
Wonderful.
Very exciting stuff. Hey, Dr. Coe, how you doing?
Hi, I'm okay.
I just met you last week. It was very exciting. You look great, by the way.
Oh, thanks. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Don't worry about me.
Well, welcome to our radio station, guys. Our radio show is about addiction and recovery, and we talk about topics relating to people that are having problems with addiction. People can call in.
The number is 877-830-830. That's 877-830-830.
Wow, you got good at that, Judah.
I'm getting really good at it.
I'm actually disturbed. You're actually becoming...
And the sign downstairs says 25 days to Angels baseball. There's like a clock down there of like, because that's not much else going on.
So normally we start off by talking about sort of like what's been going on in addiction for the week. It's been kind of a quieter week.
Well, people are getting... Well, although Charlie Sheen's tour has sold out.
That's true.
It's very impressive. You know, his tour around America, if people are going to watch how crazy he is.
Right? You think it's going to be like Axl Rose? He's going to show up like, 2 hours after he's supposed to on stage? Or?
No, he needs the money.
Yeah.
he'll be showing up on time.
On time, maybe early.
Yeah, that's right. It depends if he's up or down.
Yeah.
So, but it's sort of cool because I'd love to see him like 2 nights in a row in the same place, because then you don't know which like level of mania he's going to be at from night to night.
Yeah. Well, I actually feel kind of bad for the guy, but
Dr. Coe, you also feel bad for the guy?
Yeah, I think he's suffering, although he doesn't realize it.
Well, that goes to the old thing. Like, if you have Alzheimer's, it's probably worse for the family members than it actually is the person that's got it.
Usually in Alzheimer's, you don't have much insight. What we're talking about is insight, and I think that Charlie's going to have a tough road ahead. I think it has been a tough road, but he's taken kind of what we would call a manic defense, and he thinks everything's great. But if you look at the path of that he's left behind him, you got to wonder. I mean, how could that be so great? Ex-wives, everybody's fighting him. He's got, his relationship with his children is strained.
But what the question though is, what are people's attraction to him? Like, is it the train wreck that people are like absolutely loving right now?
Well, that and the money, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, the attraction is, I think it's a American-specific entertainment thing where people love people coming down more than they watch them going up. You know what I mean? Like, they love the winner, they love the underdog, but then they love watching that cat. Can we swear on this show or no?
No.
It's real radio.
This is actual. Although it has been known to happen.
I don't think cat's been a swear word since like 1952.
Yeah.
So
Although it has happened with Andrew's wife cursing on the air, but
actually, I don't think so. It was somebody else.
Oh, somebody else. Andrew's wife did not curse.
Just
on the
quickly,
air.
I want to really introduce everybody. So when we start with Dr. Coe, Dr. Coe has been in partners with me since 1994, 95, somewhere around there.
That's right.
And you're a psychiatrist?
That's correct, yeah.
And could you tell us a little bit about like your history and what you do?
Oh, boy. I've been practicing since 1981. That's when I finished my residency. Mm-hmm. And, I did psychoanalytic training. I've done a great deal of geriatrics. We had a company together where we did geriatric and adult inpatient units. I've been director of a lot of different inpatient units and set up programs for children, adolescents, adults, and geriatrics. And recently I moved here to Los Angeles to work on our project with KLEAN.
And we're very excited about that. A lot of our listeners don't really know what the difference is between psychiatric and substance abuse issues. Can you clarify that at all?
In what sense?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people think that people that have a problem with drinking alcohol or actually using drugs don't really have a psychiatric problem. It's just purely a drinking problem or alcoholism. Do you have clear definitions that you work off of for things like alcoholism, or do you see them intertwined?
Absolutely. They're very intertwined. And I've always taken the view that substance abuse is a secondary illness and that something started to cause them to drink or use drugs in the first place. Now, that said, there are a lot of people who have genetic predisposition towards addiction and alcoholism.
Right.
So it's complicated.
One of the things we've had, one of our callers said that they thought that it was all environmental. That as soon as he changed his family and his surroundings and certain things became more important for him, that the concept that addiction was a disease was just to him alien and wrong.
Well, I saw that. Did you see that commercial? It's a commercial. It's not Passages. There's two commercials now, where the other one is Schick and Shackle. Something like that. And have you seen this? And it's basically one of those places they cure your alcoholism in 10 days.
Sounds like a fried chicken hut.
I know. It was in 10 days they clear, the guy promises that your alcoholism and addiction is over.
And you get a free ShamWow at the end.
Right. But that's what it was called. It was called Schick and Shackle. It's like an institute.
I don't get it.
And I'm guessing it was like this 80-year-old guy came on. You're talking about people that spend a lot of money, because this was on television today that I saw this, and it's not the first time.
Sure.
And I'm guessing that's their treatment. That's their assumption, is that it's environmental, because the only way you could believe that it's not, that there's a cure. What the cure is. If you believe it's environmental, you believe you could get over it with your head.
Well. It's been one of the longest controversies is how much is genetic, or how much were you born with, and how much is the environment. And it's both,
But what's the big difference? I mean, in the end of the day, you are what you are at that point.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't matter.
But your makeup of your biology and how that interacts with your environment, which is everything around you, people, your job, your circumstances in life. And the way you were brought up. That's the environment.
We're going to really get into that in a second, because I really want to have a discussion with Dr. Cohen the air about personality disorders and personality structure and how they differ within addiction and addictive disorders. But we have another guest with us as well, and since we're introducing everybody at the same time, we have Mick Betancourt with us, who's a renowned comedian who's moved very much also into the world of writing, correct?
A lot of comedy and drama at the same time.
Comedy and drama at the same time.
Well, drama is comedy.
Well, it precedes comedy, right? You need the drama, and then you turn it into comedy, correct?
You wouldn't think that if you watch network sitcoms.
That's true.
That is actually the case.
So you're writing now for Law & Order, is that correct?
No, I used to write. I spent 3 seasons on Law & Order SVU, which was a great time, and I just actually wrapped the first season of Detroit 187. Actually, the wrap party was tonight. I just actually came from that.
Congrats.
Yeah, how was it?
It was phenomenal. 2 more episodes, 10 o'clock on ABC, Tuesday nights.
Great.
And there's 2 episodes left for this season, so hopefully we'll get renewed. It's a great show.
It is a great show. I love Michael. I can't pronounce his last name.
Imperioli.
Little
guy.
Christopher from Sopranos.
Yeah.
Just amazing. It's really a great show.
So, Mick, you're sober, correct?
Coming up on 9 years.
9 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's great. We are a show about recovery. One of the things we really like about this show is bringing people on that have had successful careers after they've gotten sober. And, we're hoping that maybe you could share some of your story with us.
Absolutely. Oh, you want me to do it now? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
No time like the present.
A couple hours from now?
That's the
After
cue.
some
I'll just
awkward-
point
yeah.
at you.
And back to awkward
right?
staring.
We have video here, so you can watch it next week.
Why isn't anybody talking? My story is I heard a guy in New York say once, the only thing that's unique about your life is that it's happening to you.
Right.
And that resonated a lot more to me when I got sober. And, I think some people's highs are a little different than other people in the lows, but I came from a very wild chaotic family that drugs and alcohol and mental illness just decimated, and which lends, Doc, into your environment thing.
Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
so it was a little bit of both. But I believe through my own experience that, and I don't know because it's only my experience, that I probably would have wound up drinking either way, just getting to know myself a little more in these short 9 years. But originally from Chicago, drank, partied, a lot of fun.
Right.
What do they say? Drank, then I drank with problems, then I just had problems.
Right.
And came out here, things were pretty good. Drinking, L.A., I drank out here. I think I only drank out here for about 6 months. And it's very expensive to drink in Los Angeles.
I've never drank in Los Angeles.
Drinks are like $15 a piece. I mean, I'd go out. I mean, I knew it was bad. I was at some dive bar on Sunset, and my drink was Bombay Sapphire and tonic with not much tonic. And I'd drink them in pint glasses with a shot of tequila. So I'd light a cigarette, guzzle half the pint glass, do the shot of tequila, guzzle the other half, finish the cigarette, then order another round.
Right.
It was about 9 in the morning, and the bartender said, I've been tending bar for about 20 years now, and I've never seen anybody chase tequila with gin. It's like,
Well, at least they're both white liquors.
yeah, I'm not tipping you to talk. I'm tipping you to pour drinks.
I have no clue, by the way, what a Bombay Sapphire
It's
is.
gin.
Yeah, it's gin. It's
me
gin.
neither.
Rot gut gin.
I don't know about rock good. That's the good stuff.
It is, but gin is supposed to be the most toxic of all.
Well, it's got
alcohols.
like all those different berries and weird
I thought it was
extracts
rum.
in it. No, it's in fact there was
No,
a
I'm
big,
saying I thought rum was the most toxic.
Oh,
Does it?
I don't know.
That just makes
I think
you
it's-
take your pants
there
off
was a
and party
huge a
quicker.
huge gin like addiction period in London and England, and they had to actually outlaw gin for a while back in the 1800s. Nobody was working. Everybody was just sitting around drinking gin all the time.
They got so drunk they colonized India. Not a lot of people know that. They don't know that.
It's amazing what you can do, right?
It is.
You blackout. The next thing you know, you've got India in your back pocket.
Everybody on the boat.
Well, it's sort of how we got America.
So now we got America.
Yeah.
That's true.
Smart.
Fire, water, and smallpox.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Give them the blankets.
Give them blankets and booze.
Now they're selling us casino chips and giving us the fire water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing? I've always been amazed by this. Native Americans have an extreme high rate of alcoholism and addiction. In a sense, we have their land, and what do we give them back? Are casinos.
Right.
We give them back two of the biggest addictions with gambling and alcoholism.
Yep. It's called karma.
It's
It's coming back at us. Wrong generation. I mean, it wasn't,
At Second City, we used to have the sketch where there were two guys on stage, and when the British came and landed in America, they were going to pick who their negotiator was going to be to negotiate with them on how much land to give and for what. And they're like, all right, Chief Beads and Trinkets, we're going to send you to meet the English. So we got New York for like $30 of beads and trinkets. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, well, it was the Amsterdam guy. Or it was
New Amsterdam. Yeah,
it
the
was
guy had to
Dutch.
come back.
$30 was a lot in those days.
Yeah, right, it probably was.
You're never going to guess what I got. Look in the bag.
And the number here is 877-8830-830. That's 877-8830-830.
So how did getting sober happen?
I just I had a little bit of light left in me. I was well aware of what drugs and alcohol were capable of doing to somebody. I'd seen it in my own family, and I started to kind of, in little moments of realization, see that exact same behavior in myself, and starting to get very, very scared that I lived in a real tepid fear for about 2 years of wanting to quit drinking and not being able to, where literally...
Which is the scariest thing, I
yeah,
believe.
because it's very embarrassing and shameful. You don't really know who to talk to. You don't want to really do anything about it because you feel like you should be able to stop. And even just fundamental things like saying, all right, I'm literally not going to grab alcohol with my hands and put it in my mouth, which is a fundamental body control thing. It might sound dumb to anybody who's not an alcoholic or an addict, but when you're like, I can't control my own hands.
It's a conscious act.
Yeah, exactly. And so and then they're drunk once again, pounding on the bar, going, how did I get here? So it was a real, I was still married,
That was the unconscious component.
What's that?
That was keeping you drinking, that you couldn't master.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it was a subversive. I was on autopilot. There was nothing I could do.
So how does that happen, Dr.
Well,
Ko?
we talk a lot about the brain being hijacked by the addiction. And you just can't resist those urges as much as you want to. The the pleasure center of the brain gets hijacked, is kind of how we think of it.